Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and we love releasing content for y'all. But one thing we want to put out there, just kind of as a disclaimer or a pastoral recommendation, if you will, is that while we're going through these movies, we certainly have a set list, and not every one of them is our favorite. It is also true that not every one of them we necessarily recommend. So some of them are going to be a little bit more for mature audiences, and a lot of the subject matter and material is going to be for mature audiences. And so we just ask you guys, just listener discretion advised. Me, Marty, and Ryan, we're always going to keep the podcast itself clean. It's going to be clean content, but some of the subject material might be more appropriate for mature audiences. So just keep that in mind. As I said, this is not a recommendation on the films. This is us just walking through each of these movies and trying to put out good content. We love the opportunity for you guys to watch these movies along with us, but by no means are you expected to, and are we wholeheartedly approving of them. So just like I said, listener discretion advised. Where are we traveling? To the same place?
Well, let me tell you right now.
I can add to 3.
We're
1, 2, 3. We're
recording.
I don't care.
So we should probably just at least say hi.
Hey, America, how's it going?
You saying hi to just her?
No, I was talking to the country. This is the problem with this movie, is that when I say hi, America, no one knows who I'm talking to. Hey guys, welcome to the movie podcast where we talk about we're 3 dudes talking about a movie, and today we're talking about Black Widow and the Multiverse of Sadness. Yes, I'm so sad. Play the Nirvana. No, we're playing Doctor. We're playing. Wait, that's not the one. That's not the. What was the one? No, what was the one it opened up with? Smells Like Teen Spirit, right?
In this movie?
No, I was talking about Black Widow.
Oh, yeah, cover of
Smells Like Teen
Spirit.
Okay. We're talking about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. In the Multiverse of Madness.
It used to be and, but they switched it.
Is that legit?
Yeah, they used to be and.
So, because I watched the opening for it, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they straight up switched it.
They didn't tell anybody? Why do you think that is?
I blame Morbius.
Wait,
It could be translation versions across the country, too. Sometimes they announce movies outside the U.S. first, and the first translation is not always correct.
I still like blaming Morbius.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because Doctor Strange has his own plot, and the multiverse has its other, and one's better than the other. I'll let you decide which one that is. Because we're talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Woo.
We should probably say spoiler alert.
I was just about to say, yeah.
I think
we are going to talk about this movie in depth. Be warned.
Hey, guys. So think out loud here for a second. I'm thinking out loud.
Bob Dylan.
Barefoot on the cross. So if barefoot in my Crocs, do you guys think this opens up a question? One, this is I guess to say episode 1 of a very special series we're doing, which is just basically our 2022 new releases, TD at the movies. Do you think that changes some of the ways that we run the show, in that we now have to have a spoiler section and a non-spoiler section because they're time sensitive? You see what I mean?
I do.
We could also just spoiler the whole thing.
Yeah, spoiler the whole thing.
No,
why limit what we talk about?
Because I think it's a creative.
It makes it harder for me on the editing.
Why?
Like just say sure people didn't say things.
No. We're grown men. We know how to not talk about stuff.
Okay.
There's plenty of stuff I don't talk about on here that we totally could.
That's true. You should hear them.
Yeah, you should hear me right before this podcast recorded.
We had quite a conversation.
Marty was saying some inflammatory comments about the Mets. So,
dude, I'm always down to trash the Mets.
It's all about the Mets. So, I just think we won't do it this time.
Spider-Man.
I do think, however, that we should consider it. Also, I'm thinking, hear me out, alternative list, 2022 list. But we do it your style.
Oh, rank them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we'd have to do it your way. We can't do it my way because I don't know how to watch.
So, are we going to include our 2 that we shared an episode with?
So, question number 3.
Okay.
Being
the Batman,
Batman,
yeah,
and
at least in the ranking.
Yeah. I was trying Batman, everything, everywhere, all at once. Question number 3. So we're gonna record the Northman tomorrow. I know we said we're gonna stow that away and save it for later. However, do you see?
I see where you're going.
The opportunity.
You want to make a poll?
What? I don't want to make a poll. I was just gonna make a decision.
Oh, okay.
Like, do we make a poll about TDM?
It can be next, and we can just push the numbered episodes further down.
That
the
yeah,
line.
that's what I was going to ask for the
As
poll.
long as we keep recording at the same rate, it doesn't matter when we release.
Right.
Okay. So
Which is good.
we
I would
should
say
release
the
that
poll
one.
idea was do people give people a chance to vote?
Go
Would you
back
rather
to the
hear
list.
the Northman or go back
Oh
to the
yeah,
list?
yeah, and we could keep them, and then sometime over the next week. Oh, I like that. That's brilliant. You guys are
All right,
awesome.
you guys are getting ready to
This is why
partake.
I'm not the leader in this endeavor, because you guys are way cooler than way more creative.
I feel pretty good right now because we got one in the buffer still. I haven't even edited
Cool.
it
I thought
yet.
you say you feel pretty good right now because you're drinking some A&W and
Even though we're mug-blooded
Yeah,
Americans.
mug Ryan. Hey, how we doing? How we doing this afternoon, this evening?
Yeah, Ryan, how you doing? Haven't seen you all week.
I'm tired. It's been like 6 40+ hour weeks. So.
That's a lot.
Were you working all weekend?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
man.
Friday and Saturday were both 14-hour days.
Oh, I forgot.
Ryan's a tank for those who don't know.
I forgot. I legitimately forgot until I came downstairs, and I totally forgot that Karina was visiting, and then I totally remember that conversation where Tristan said, "Hey, since you have friends in town and Karina's in town, you guys want to hang out, have a bonfire or something?" And we went, "Yeah."
And we said
Are you just now remembering this? No, you're not remembering. You.
I had the bonfire
said,
thought.
"Yeah, we
like
are."
Friday night. Yeah. Friday night. And I was like, we're just not going to be able to swing it.
Especially because I got up at like 6 a.m. every day this weekend. That's not something I do very often.
That's true. We had to make moments count with the fellas
We
in
really
town.
did. I think we did a pretty good job. What all did we do, Marty?
So, Trevor and Jacob Venator, two
The one who's responsible for us
Gladiator.
watching- Yeah, Gladiator.
and Trevor's responsible for Goodfellas.
That's right.
Two friends of the podcast, as we can call them,
Brothers.
came down to visit. We went to an event where we got to listen to Tim Tebow do some word talking. We got to watch this movie, Doctor Strange.
Yep, we
got
watched
to
the
watch
movie
that
on
with
Friday.
them.
Yep.
We went to a Brother Moses.
That's
you were
Brother
listening to
Moses.
Brother Moses
Brothers
concert
That's
on
Brother Moses.
Friday
Thank
night.
you. Hey, thanks.
And Saturday was a good time. Saturday we did all sorts of stuff. We had good food, went to an arcade.
Honestly, I was thinking about that. That was a well-paced, just all-day fun things to do day.
Yeah, especially after Friday with a movie and a concert.
Yeah, it was like those are the two
And
main
Slim Chickens.
Oh man, we had Slims, dude. I was feeling pretty good about those Slims. Kind of broke from my diet a little bit. Not gonna lie.
That's fine.
Also broke it
Monday's
again.
tomorrow.
Also broke it again on Saturday when we had 7 pounds of Edleys. That was good.
That was a real good time.
Can I ask you, Jacob? Jacob suggested doing that like family pack. You remember that?
Yeah.
Did you think about it?
Oh, of course.
Okay, I didn't.
I
I was getting the Tuck special, dude. I was like, I get that pimento cheese, that spicy pimento cheese.
That's
I looked over at Jacob and said, "That's a great deal. I'm getting the Tuck special."
I made it pretty easy.
Trevor did too, so I think he enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean Jacob was not disappointed at all. So
Yeah, good food, good times. Went to McKay's.
oh,
Got
McKay's
some good books.
Heaven is a place on earth.
Yes, that's right. And it's McKay's. Jacob got probably the most books out of all of us.
Oh, he got like 8.
Yeah.
Trevor got nothing.
Oh, really?
'Cause
Yeah,
he's
that's
boring.
Yeah, that's true. He's like, yeah, there's no boys in the boat. So
It's the only book he's ever read besides the Bible.
yeah. And then
I got a cheap copy of
Yep.
Spider-Man No Way Home on Blu-ray.
Oh, so fourth question. Keep going. How do you feel about that?
Man, I'm amped.
Yeah, how do you feel about the person that returned that or get like?
Okay,
brought
yeah, what psychopath bought this
Hey
movie when it
guys,
came
which
out?
one of y'all did that? Because I'm pretty sure you listened to our
Yeah,
podcast.
just to watch it once and then sell it. Like,
Yeah. Why'd you do that, Andrew?
What
oh,
if-
we knew it was him.
Yeah.
What if somebody already had it and someone got it for him as a gift?
I didn't think about that.
I'm not gonna give them
Ryan-
any benefit
Ryan,
of the
why
doubt.
do you have to just?
I mean,
ruin.
I understand.
It's
That's-
a bit.
that's
It's just a bit, Ryan.
it's a good thought. It's a kind
That's
thought.
a kind thought of you. That's why you're here.
their loss is my gain. I got this movie. I can't find
You
a
talking about
copy of this
Jesus
movie
again?
for under. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't find a copy of this movie for under $35 online.
Are you serious?
Find it at McKay's for $12.
Yeah, that's
Well,
pretty-
I was gonna pull for the Steelbook, but I saw this. I was like, I'd be
How
dumb.
much was the steelbook?
$35?
How much is it new?
A new like normal.
Yeah.
Like the copy I have,
Yes.
like 27.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's more at McKay's?
Huh?
Wait, Run that by me again. You saw a steelbook at McKay's?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, okay,
Steelbook's just like online.
I thought you said you were thinking about getting the steelbook while you were there.
The only steelbook I can find is the Best Buy exclusive, and it's $35.
Mm-hmm.
Every other copy I've seen,
people
brand
do
new is
that.
like $25, $27.
My 4 illustrious years at Best Buy, they really, really, really want those collector editions.
Dude, yeah. I mean,
and I'm like, dude,
I want them for certain movies, and this was one of them. But hey, I had to pull the trigger on this. I need to see those that bonus content.
Yeah.
I need it.
Fourth question. I've not seen Spider-Man Far From Home nor Spider-Man No Way Home. Please, for all that is holy, please don't use that as an opportunity to spoil and ruin it for me.
Okay, so one of the notes that I wrote down after watching Doctor Strange was that it really had no effect on this plot of this movie.
Wait.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man had
Yeah.
no effect on the plot
yeah.
of
Oh,
Doctor Strange.
They mentioned it. It's like, didn't you do that thing with Spider-Man? I went, yeah, I knew that happened. So whatever.
Yep. So
Anyway,
That was it, but it had no
I
effect on the
I need to
overall
watch
thing.
it. So
Yes.
I have a thought, creative thought, and you guys are gonna take it and run with it.
That's what we do.
Because what you guys do, you make it better. One, I'd like to watch them. We don't have to talk about it on the podcast unless you want to. However, new business practice. What if? Well, I'm finding. I told you
the Marvel show. What if?
Yeah. I told you this would happen. This would happen as soon as we break away from the list. All these different things are going to happen.
Yeah, well, we're having fun.
Okay. Oh, well, one, we
Wait,
definitely
that's-
got to. I'm down to after watching. Sorry, I'll get into it. After watching these,
We have time.
After watching the movie, I'm totally down to watch some of the MCU shows. I didn't think
Let's
that would happen.
go.
I didn't think that would happen to me. So we need to cover those, right? And I think it's difficult, but I think we can, Ryan, like you mentioned, doing a season in one episode. It's gonna be hard. I don't think we can cap it at an hour.
90
The benefit
minutes.
is there's only like 6 episodes in every season.
That's true. Yeah, 90
Other
minutes.
than WandaVision.
Yeah, that one had
Which
8,
is the
but
one that-
but
which
those
honestly is
episodes
the
are
one
half
that
the length.
do what?
They're only 20-minute long episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're probably like 30, 40.
No, they were in the 20s.
Are
Ah.
they really?
How
Yeah,
many
the
of
last one may have been 40.
them? Is there
Okay.
10?
Then Winter Soldier came
You're
out. They were like
right.
an hour and a half.
You're right. That's what it was.
And then Loki was back to the 30-40.
Okay, that's
I didn't
right.
know
What
that.
If was at 20, and then Hawkeye was 30-40.
Okay. So it's doable.
And Moon Knight is 30, 40, right?
30,
Yeah,
40?
Moon Knight was
Okay.
30-40.
That's probably going to be their model moving forward.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I
that's-
feel like you shouldn't keep changing it up. That feels weird.
But also, we're going to watch it.
But
so-
also,
Well, see,
WandaVision
the
was
benefit to
purposeful.
streaming the way they do now is you can just make an episode the length of your content. You no longer have
Yeah,
to stretch or condense things to
however-
get it into a certain TV showing.
But you
time.
still want to keep it consistent with the season. Okay.
I mean, they do.
I guess if you have a season's worth of content, then you can split it up.
Yeah.
Um,
Depends on how you want to do your
yeah,
lines.
right.
Here's I got a question.
Wait,
You
wait.
got-
I've still
yeah,
hadn't asked
essay,
my
you haven't
question.
finished that
Yeah,
thought.
Yeah. Oh, were you gonna let me finish?
Yeah, I was.
Oh,
gonna
you said
do
it like you're like, yeah, I gotcha. Thought you're
haven't
gonna
finished
hold
that
on
thought.
to that. Thought.
So here's my question.
Thought. We watch movies
that we do.
that we come across that one of us hasn't watched, and the other two think it's absolutely necessary that you watch. You go, so and so has not seen it. Like
Like a new.
imagine we came across Forrest Gump. Imagine that Ryan had seen it before. I'd seen it before, but Marty hadn't.
I
And we,
hadn't.
well, that's what I said.
Yeah,
imagine.
imagine.
And we say, you gotta watch this movie. We're gonna have to watch this movie with you. So, yes,
All right,
Thoughts?
that's fine. Yeah,
we'll bring it up for
we'll talk about it.
discussion.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
like it.
or it could be our favorite movie,
I mean,
whichever one.
Marty's already going to say Jaws.
Yeah, dude.
And I know you've talked about one that you should see, Princess Bride.
Wait, you guys hadn't seen Princess?
Oh, I have.
Oh, wait, no. Have you
I
seen?
have not.
See, but
Oh.
so yeah, I know
Yeah,
because
but-
I would have said Grand
what-
Budapest Hotel, but you definitely haven't.
No.
And you have.
Nor have I.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
But I want to watch both of those.
nope. Not
I said
according
that's
to
not
the
the rule.
rules.
That's a different
However,
conversation.
you are perfectly willing. You're perfectly welcome to lobby one of the other partners and go, "Hey, Ryan's seen it. He approves, so you now have to watch it." You can go behind the other one's back. And I just think you can do that, and I will keep a record of which one you choose over me. Just keep that in
Valid.
mind.
That's valid.
Yes.
Um,
Anyway,
any other thoughts?
oh, so many.
I have.
thoughts.
Well,
Yeah,
of
go ahead.
course, I have. But I have a multiverse of madness related question. So, do you have anything else you needed to say before we really get into the meat of the movie?
Yeah, that actually reminds me. I do have one that's very pressing.
I can only imagine where this is going.
Dude, why don't you take me serious? Okay, I'm trying to be serious. You don't listen to me. So You guys remember the scene where Doctor Strange cuts the bus in half when it's coming after him?
Yes, we have to talk about
so
this.
that had me thinking how much it irritates me how incompatible moving vehicles and open coffee mugs are.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not what I thought. I didn't say we have to talk about this.
Because I saw that scene, I said, I bet there's some pretty open coffee mugs on that bus. When you take a coffee mug, if you don't have one with a lid and you're going to the office, good luck. That's ending up in your lap or on your shoes. Am I right?
So you got to put it in a Ziploc bag.
Dude, you're a psychopath.
Dump your coffee in a Ziploc bag for when you get to the office.
Hey, I got 3 Ziploc bags. Who wants one? Please, sir.
I made too much coffee this morning.
What do you mean my key card doesn't work anymore? Yeah, you're fired because you're weird.
Is this a felony?
Wait, is this my bag of coffee or okra? I forget. Hold on.
Okra. Oh, man.
I love that we did that. I love that we had that moment, Ryan. It was so funny to me. It was an absolute treat.
Me too.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad?
Yeah. All right, so we're going to jump into this movie, and I just want us to treat it with respect.
Let me take a tangent.
Wait, why are these muffins back there? Is that treats for us, Marty?
No.
Is that treat? Is that a treat?
No.
I don't think so.
Sorry, I didn't mean to treat you like that. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. That's right.
That's right.
Jacob learned yesterday that one of my least favorite words in the world is treat.
I was just trying to treat it like a joke, okay?
Yeah. I'm glad we're being real serious here. So let me, based on something you said, before you got to the coffee mug part, Doctor Strange cuts a bus in half.
Yes.
This is a thing now.
Well, okay.
Marvel movies are just cutting buses in half.
And
Yeah.
no
vehicles.
one's stopping
I felt
them.
like I'd seen it before.
Yes.
I don't remember
They
which
did
one it
it.
was in.
Eternals.
Well, and they did it.
And
Well, Spider-Man, they
No,
did the
Eternals,
ferry.
they turned it into something else.
he turned it into pedals.
But it was still a bus.
What?
Yep. And Spider-Man, there was a ferry.
Yeah, he held the ferry together.
They're just trying to cut down the CGI budget and just use the same scenes again.
Yeah, they're just slicing stuff in half.
Hey, treat these guys with respect here. They're the best of the best, all right?
They sure are. You know, when you say treat like that, it doesn't bother me all that much.
Sure it does. I can tell you just licked your lips
I'm biting my mustache.
because you're frustrated.
How
Right, thanks for the
peeved are
AMW.
you?
It's a good treat at the end of a long day.
See, there it is. That's.
Oh, that's the one. Got it.
Oh, that burns my mug-blooded veins.
Wait, if I said, oh, it's the AMW that
Yeah.
got you upset. Well, without further ado, we could totally walk into this movie right now.
Let me start it this way.
Sorry, yeah, go about. Was that your thought?
No, that
No,
was the
all right, go
second
back to
thought.
the original
Yep,
thought.
that was my thought. I have
Okay.
a question.
All right.
Yeah, I just wanted to complain about them
I love how you
cutting
pointed to the
buses.
other part of your head. You're like,
left,
"Yeah, this is
left
where the
brain,
question
right
is."
brain. Did you feel, as someone who did not watch WandaVision, that you understood this movie well enough?
So, may I for a second? Side note: I recorded a podcast episode with my friends at Flyover Film Country.
We'll plug them on the
Saturday.
Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. So love the team over there. Isaac's really good friend of mine. Olivia, Eric, and Walter. They're doing really good work there. And they asked me to be guest host on the show. My first time being a guest host. Thanks, guys, for you guys never invite me to any of this podcast stuff. You know, you treat me like I'm just a regular. But anyway, yes, I'll answer your question. I'll treat it like a legitimate question.
All right, go ahead then.
So I answered this question with them, and so this is like a thought that I've kind of fleshed out. So my relationship with MCU has always been one that I've kind of kept at arm's length, kind of intentional, because as much as, first of all, there wasn't any sort of reason. There wasn't any motivation for me to want to buy into the TV shows. I'm like, I'm sticking to the silver screen, and what are the big blockbuster hits coming out? I don't want to keep up with all of this stuff. Okay. Even though when the first time I watched halfway through Endgame, or Infinity War, I went, oh my gosh, they got me in a plot. I did not think I cared so much for a superhero movie like I did. Even though, so there was a part of me that's like kind of intentional not to watch some of the shows because I like to be the guy who is interested in it.
Oh, do you like this?
What?
Do you like to do this?
Does that seem like me?
Yeah.
Okay, shut up. Anyways,
You said 3 episodes ago, yeah, I'm never going to watch Goonies because it's really good. And people tell me I should watch it.
No, because people said it's really good and they tell me it's watch it. I'm sure it's fine. No. I like the perspective of, I know there are people, hey, listen, I'm just a man of the people. Okay. I know there are people out there that went and watched this movie and
That's
never.
so untrue.
Whatever. I champion those everyday people. Happy Mother's Day. So,
Yeah, my mom didn't watch the shows and neither did you.
yeah, I just like, I wasn't so worried about it when I went into it. I just had to know, like, okay, there might be some stuff that, but even then, so when I was talking to, for instance, like talking to Olivia about it, someone who keeps up with most of the MCU shows, the critiques she had specifically about Wanda / Scarlet Witch were still the same ones I had. So I don't think it would have mattered if I'd seen it or not. Like I could put 2 and 2 together. The only one I did have a question about was like, how the heck did she end up in this random spot? Which I heard how WandaVision ends, how she ends up where she is. I heard the ending's kind of a letdown, kind of hokey. But that's neither here nor there. But
all around the square.
All that to say, I was not anticipating it being a Scarlet Witch movie, which it ended up being.
Yeah, none of us did.
And I don't think they did either, to be honest with you. Like they didn't,
like Raimi and the team.
Yeah, they were like, "This is a Doctor Strange movie," and it wasn't. No. And I think that's part of the problem.
I do remember going back when WandaVision came out.
Yeah,
they were talking about how it was going to set up the Doctor Strange, the next one. I just didn't expect it to be the way it was.
Do you, Ryan, from your perspective, do you think that having watched WandaVision had a big impact on your viewing of the movie?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It just filled in the gaps of what was actually going on.
That's kind of how I felt about it. I was like, I could have watched it and it would have enhanced my experience.
Yes.
But I don't think it would have changed my critical
When you
opinion.
do watch it now that you say you're going to watch it, you're going to have a couple moments where it's going to be like, oh, now I understand that.
And to their point, what I just said, this movie made me walk away going, okay, maybe I might want to watch the shows. And that's, again, a man of the people. It only takes a little bit to change my mind.
2 things about the shows that I think are very, very good. They're all very unique. Each of them super, super different. All different styles.
Premise,
premise. The characters. I mean, it's very awesome what they're doing. I mean, each episode of WandaVision being a different decade sitcom.
That one's a cool premise.
So
That's
cool
that you can do that. Yeah.
And the second thought is what you guys said when Ryan says, not really. It was not necessary viewing, and you also feeling like it was not necessary viewing.
Right.
They can't be.
Exactly.
And I remember saying that when they announced WandaVision. I said, I'm going to watch these shows. I'm going to love these shows. But they need to make it so that if you just watch the movies, it's fine.
See, I had the same thought, except I thought they were really going to do that. They were going to make it like that. Like, hey, you have to make it necessary television. And they're going to do something that a movie franchise has never done before, which is make it required watching. And they could pull it off. But then they didn't. So at this point, you're like, what we talked about when we were walking out of it, it's like, honestly, there's some MCU fatigue. Like they've lost steam. Endgame, Infinity War, that's your peak, right? Everybody acknowledges, hey, it's not going to we're not even going to try it. We're not even going to try it again.
So
however,
there's 4 phases.
Right.
There's considered to be 4 phases.
Yes.
And phase 3 ended with, there's an argument between whether it was Endgame or Far From Home.
It was Far From Home.
It was one of those 2. They were kind of the dividing line. Everything after that is now still trying to ride out that high.
Yeah.
And so they're just trying to keep everyone by just throwing content.
I mean, Spider-Man and Multiverse of Madness really help keep that high.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Eternals
just
I still feel like
Black Widow wasn't much either.
I would say between those 3 movies, though, you've wasted some momentum from Spider-Man. Right? Because Black Widow, Eternals certainly didn't.
Yeah, those 2 didn't do great.
And then you're coming in.
Shang-Chi.
Thankfully, Shang-Chi was in the middle.
No one remembers that.
That was okay.
But when you do, you remember how much you enjoyed it.
I adored that.
That's
movie.
that might be top 10 Marvel for me.
But when you're talking about the public no one.
No, it
didn't have any staying power.
Spider-Man. You remember Spider-Man. You're going to remember Doctor Strange. And you're going to remember being disappointed in the Eternals. You forget Black Widow and Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi, I went, man, because the only reason why I remember Shang-Chi was because Wong was in this movie. I was like, that's the last time I saw him.
Wong's great.
So then I was like, man, that was a good movie. I want more of that and less of this. It's a great. Well, okay. Let's just let's reel it in. Beginning Doctor Strange, opening salvo. Just your broad thoughts. What did you guys think about the movie? Ryan, I'll let you go first since you have your doc and you
literally
just
watched
seen
it and you finished it 2 hours ago.
Yeah, so you have the
something like
freshest eyewitness report.
I honestly felt like the stakes were kind of low.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there wasn't that much of a WandaVision or Scarlet Witch was kind of the main villain, but the whole time you're sitting there wondering when she's gonna like turn around.
Yeah,
and she does in the end. So you kind of knew going into it that Marvel's not going to take one of their characters,
right,
in the movies at least, and completely take that dive to the evil side.
Yeah, it felt like when are they going to introduce the other character that is going to bring her back to the light side and ultimately be the ultimate villain at the end, and that never happened.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, which was refreshing because that was a prediction that although saw through didn't technically see all the way through as I anticipated it. So Ryan, keep going.
Okay, the next one I had written down, I think I have the name right. I meant to Google this. The Centaur. That was the beast.
The Centaur. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
You're so right.
What happened?
Okay, the Centaur man. No, he was a Minotaur.
Minotaur. That's it. Yeah.
Because he had human legs.
Where did it come from?
You don't remember?
No.
No, when they're guarding Kamartaj.
Yeah, and you see it every time you're at Comic Con.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
that guy.
green Minotaur guy.
where did it
Right.
come from?
Yeah, because he's up there and he's like, I'm kind of scared. I'm like, what, you're a
him
Minotaur?
and the woman who makes the sacrifice for Wong. They're both treated.
That's the best character in the movie.
They're awesome, but they're both treated like these A-list characters. They even get part of the end credits. You know, they get their pictures and the actors' names on the end credits.
Can I suggest something? That is a Star Wars thing. That is a carryover from the new Star Wars, where it's this character you've never seen before, alien looking, and it's like, I feel like I should know this person.
I had the same thought.
That's a Star Wars
I
thing.
did. Star Wars does this. You're like, why don't I know who
Why
this
should
is?
I care about this
Actually,
person?
see, because I always forget, before Guardians, you didn't leave Earth, really. I mean, yeah, a little bit with, really with Thor, I guess. So never mind, from the beginning. But I guess it could just be...
Oh, I get you, yeah.
Like, we might have seen a creature like that in, like, Thor or something.
I
one
just
of those
accept.
other movies.
Well, I just accept that in a world where superheroes exist, like people are they're used to it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
guess. All right.
But anyway, yeah.
I will say. I just want to say this because it's funny.
totally forgot about
It's funny you bring up the Star Wars thing because I had the thought while I was driving today. We don't need to go anywhere with this, but I had this thought today, thinking about and listening to another podcast about the movie, just to kind of get me in the mood for this. I was like, is this just a product of these directors who are a little bit older? Like George Lucas did it. Now Sam Raimi's doing it.
Well,
is this just a thing where you can just introduce characters and act like it's fine?
that's a great question.
I
Yeah.
just had a thought. We
maybe.
don't need to go anywhere with it. I had that thought. Listeners, if you know what I'm talking about, if you're like, what is he saying? That's fine.
Yeah, it's like
But
this seems like a really pivotal character, and it's not. You're
Yeah.
like,
And
why?
Star Wars it's always been my least
It's
favorite part
always
about
been
Star Wars. Star Wars just does this. They're like, oh look at General Grievous.
It's flim flam rap plot. And you're like, what?
It's like why does the
He's a Zointor from the
why does
Wobbly
the
Slit.
four-armed robot with leukemia exist? Where did he come from? Anyway, Ryan, go ahead.
Next
Continue.
thought.
So I was talking about this a little bit before we started recording, but the main character, female character's child's name being America.
America.
Yeah.
Just thought that was kind of interesting. So I wonder why. Well, it
that-
was in the comics you were saying. So
Which makes it feel pretty comic booky. I said something earlier. I said they're like, oh, superpowered. She hits a star to open up. And I said, boy, good thing she's wearing that matching jacket.
Yep.
That would be awkward.
Yes.
She was definitely one of the more comic booky characters
That we've
in the MCU.
That we've seen honestly since like the first Avengers and
Yeah.
Captain America's outfit in the first
Yes,
Avengers.
I don't like it.
it kind of felt to me almost like flipping what happened with Eternals and going the other direction.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Having not seen Eternals, I know what you mean. Because I've heard Eternals would have been good if it wasn't an action, but more of just like a space epic drama.
Yeah,
If you lean into it.
there's a conversation to be had about that.
Sorry. It's not an
But-
Eternals episode, but
Yep. So
okay. Yeah, just tone didn't make sense.
on the what world was it? Like 831 or something like that. That's the second one they landed on.
The slightly
they-
more
Glass
futuristic
box.
one.
Yeah. where they
With
interacted.
ivy everywhere. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And green is
It's a
go.
bunch of
Green
plants,
is stop and red is go.
and it looks like it's 2032 instead
Yeah.
of 22.
And they got pizza balls, which by the way we're gonna try.
True.
We're gonna try it. You know somebody has a recipe already. Sorry.
I thought it was pretty cool how they introduced the X-Men Fantastic Four
Bro.
in that scene.
Bro, John Krasinski looks
I've heard a
so
theory.
so good in that
I've heard a
outfit.
theory.
So, a month or two back, maybe more, I saw a picture of that scene, but Tom Cruise was in it.
Yeah, because that was
Everyone was ready for
thinking it was Tom
alternate Tony
Cruise.
Stark to be
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Yes.
But instead, it was what's his name, John Krasinski
Yeah.
from with
Jim Halpert
and then
from
being
The Office.
yeah.
Hey, but they got us good with that.
I heard a theory that Sam Raimi did this, and immediately Scarlet Witch walks up and kills them all. That's his way of saying, "Yeah, this is what the fans want, and this isn't what they're gonna get."
And this is not what's going to happen.
This is kind of
Yeah.
like a cheeky, like,
I'm-
"Oh, you like this? Well, boom, they're all dead."
we're getting Fantastic Four. I think it's either late 23 or early 24.
yeah, it's coming.
And I'm anticipating it not being John Krasinski, even though
Although
he
looked
even though he
good,
did.
didn't he?
Man, oh my gosh, he looked so good in that suit.
Yeah.
I just hope if they do X-Men, they keep Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Think
Yes
about it,
and
though.
yes and no.
He's in a wheel. Like as he gets older, he's already his character sits in a wheelchair, so he
Sure.
doesn't have to act as hard.
Question though: did they bring back James McAvoy, or is he not? You'd
He's
have
the
to
guy that
re-sign
played
him.
Wolverine.
Truth be told,
No,
no,
he was the guy who played young.
he's
Xavier.
young
Oh,
Xavier
okay.
in the First Class series.
Yeah.
Um,
That
That'd
was
be cool,
weird at
but
first, and after a while, I got
yeah.
used to
Yeah,
jumping
you
back
get
and
used to how
forth.
weird it is.
but-
yeah.
It's yeah. I mean, it's interesting. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Anyway,
There's a lot to be desired. Do you have any other thoughts?
Yep.
I mean,
He's
there's
got so many
so many
thoughts.
more thoughts.
keep
but-
doing this. But it's a lightning round. I love
We
this.
kind of touched on this already, but it tied into WandaVision most. It didn't. I didn't feel like it touched at all on Loki,
Which it could have.
and Loki's really what kind of got the whole MCU rolling on
the
the whole
multiverse theory.
multiverse. Which, if you'd watched the shows going along with the movies,
Yeah.
the whole multiverse thing wouldn't have come out of the blue as much
Yeah.
Right. Right.
because
right.
they
Loki
introduced it
literally-
in Loki.
Arguably, Loki creates it.
Yeah.
The
So is
show
this-
Well,
Loki-
so
Well,
okay, that's
okay.
that circle.
yes.
It's like Loki creates it, but then it gets destroyed, and then Loki creates it,
Yeah.
and then it gets like
It's fascinating.
Okay.
Don't think about it too much. I don't think they do.
No.
I felt like at times it was a little bit more violent than some of the more ones
This
recently.
I was thinking about that. I told my dad he needs to see this because he'd love it. And don't take my little siblings.
Yeah. I've heard.
like
I've heard people say that they have an issue.
this is
they
not
probably
a
might-
kid-friendly movie.
Like
Yeah.
it was pretty good up until the big fight.
Right.
When she fights the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. From
Well,
that
she's
point on,
and
it
she's
was
like
pretty
covered in
violent.
blood, and yes.
I mean, she just tore through this facility. Oh no, my goodness, the kills.
We're
They're
brutal.
awesome.
Pretty brutal.
But they are brutal.
Okay. So
Black Bolt with his his mouth.
That was the other group. I didn't say the Inhumans. They introduced
Yeah,
those
they
too.
introduced Inhumans. Yep.
which again, I would go back and go, man, John Krasinski, isn't that great? I go, except that Inhumans are in that universe, which makes me think they're not going to touch it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Anyway,
If multiverse is going to be a big thing, it's neat to know that they're fine with like, hey, we can pull from anyone. So if they want to get someone in here,
Yeah.
technically they can, which is really neat.
I think I felt like the violence was more so thematic, like they were making a statement about.
Yeah.
her-
This is a horror movie.
Yeah.
No. Here's my issue with.
Sorry,
that.
I kind of
we're-
derailed your thought.
Yeah. We'll come. I'll come back to it, but I think it was more thematic on Wanda or with the messaging with Scarlet Witch, and the reason why I think it's a problem that they released it this weekend. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Ryan.
All right, my last two have to do with what if.
Okay.
Um,
Marty kind of mentioned it to me.
Yeah. I
With
told
Doctor Strange.
I
Go
told
ahead.
I told him that this movie kind of like what if kind of primes you in a way, not in a necessary way, but like you've seen these characters or
Yeah.
some iteration of these
Yeah,
characters.
so go ahead.
so the thing that I kind of thought they were going to do with the cartoon is they were actually going to make it like full on canon
Yes.
and then actually interact with it with the movies. But it doesn't seem like they're doing that.
Yeah, it looked like I think it was definitely no, it
Um,
was definitely a different Captain Carter.
Yeah. But that I didn't even think about that part. But I was thinking more with Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Remember,
And-
he's got to babysit for eternity.
Yeah.
So
But we didn't see the Watcher.
right,
I was hoping to see the Watcher.
Jeffrey Wright, good old Commissioner Gordon.
And then the end
Wait, Jeffrey
credits-
Wright's in Marvel What Ifs?
Yeah, he's like
Dude.
the Watcher being who narrates the whole thing.
Oh, they got everybody. Okay.
My last one that I had written down is who was introduced in the end credits
The
scene?
end credit scene. I know it's the actor.
Charlize
The actress
Theron?
is Charlize Theron.
Yeah, Charlize Theron.
I don't know who that is. I have a
Okay.
guess. Do you guys want to hear my guess?
You want to hear mine? You already heard mine. Adam Warlock.
In the theater, he goes, "Is that Adam Warlock?" And I just go, "I hate you so much."
And Jacob was like, "What are you talking about?"
I don't know the character's name, but I had heard some rumblings about it, and it looks like she tears open the dark dimension because it looked just like Doctor Strange 1. I think it's a relative of Dormammu.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Which I don't think is inherently exciting, but I'm sure it'll be great. I love Charlize Theron. So,
Question.
answer Daily Double.
Wait, Ryan, is that all the thoughts you had?
Yep.
Sweet.
I think
sweet.
that's all I had written down.
Yeah. Marty, we're going to your thoughts, but I was wondering, I had asked this, and so Bruce Campbell's in this.
Sam Raimi's best friend.
He kind of takes the Stan Lee cameo mantle for this.
Oh, that's
movie,
right.
at
That's right.
least. Do you wish he would continue on with the rest of the Marvel movies taking that?
And become the cameo guy.
Yeah.
Man, that's big. I would prefer if he did, yes, just for fun's sake.
That would be fun. My second question is: Did you pick up the that scene, the scene that he is in? Did you pick up that that's an allusion to Living Dead,
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead? Sorry.
How him?
he's punching
He's
himself?
fighting his hand, just like Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't mention that, and I was like, oh yeah, because I do know that about it. I know that scene.
Have you seen Evil Dead 2?
I'm not.
You enjoy it.
I know. Have you seen Evil Dead 2? I thought Ryan was about
Evil
to...
Dead is serious, and Evil Dead 2 is almost the same plot, but it's goofy.
Yeah, so I was wondering, because I was like, oh, I forgot. I've been told that scene before, and then I go, oh, I didn't know. I totally didn't make that connection that he's punching himself.
Yeah,
like
there's
in Evil Dead 2.
about 30 minutes of that movie. It's just him fighting with his hand.
Yeah.
Really awesome.
And then at the end, the best post-credit scene ever, he stops. He's like, it's over.
It's over.
It's like the Ferris Bueller, like, hey, what are you still doing here?
Yeah,
Go
it was
home.
so unnecessary, but I
I
laughed.
love it. We waited 30 minutes to see that.
I
I think it was the first non-storyline continuing end credit scene in some time.
Yeah, we were talking about that before we started recording.
Wait,
the
what?
the last one, the first post credit scene in a while that's like not developing story.
It's not a trailer, so to speak, for the next movie.
But the first one was.
Yeah, no, he means
It's sort of.
the Bruce Campbell one.
No, you
So
have. you
there's
have
always
those.
two.
Yeah, but he says it's been a
Usually,
while.
usually
Oh.
one has to do with
Right.
the movie, and then the second one
I
has
thought
to
you
do
saying-
with the next movie coming out, or one of the ones coming out.
They haven't
Yeah,
always done
if you
that,
think
though.
no, but if you
No,
think about it, the last
but-
like 5 or 6 have all
Yeah,
been
they
really
have no
serious.
intention of that. Because I think of like the Captain America meme. Like that was.
Oh, absolutely.
That was once like that's
Yeah.
not advancing. It's
The
just-
last one I could remember was the drumming ant in Ant-Man 2.
Yeah.
To go all the way back to one of the first ones was
Anthony.
Shawarma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shawarma.
Anyway,
Um,
Smarty, your thoughts?
My thoughts.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. I of course have to start with the horror aspects. Super well done. I mean, this movie.
In what way?
This is not a horror movie, but it has horror elements.
Okay.
And when they rise, they're there. Last week we were talking about Michael Myers.
Yep.
When she's tearing through that facility in the alternate reality, she's going full Michael Myers,
True.
tearing through anything in her way.
Yep.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I have to make point of something we talked about earlier. So they're running from her right after she decimates the Illuminati. Doctor Strange catches up to Christine and America, and they're running. They're doing everything in their power to slow Wanda down the slightest bit. And thankfully, she has a limp. And they get her.
Which, how was she keeping up with them if they were full on running and she was limping?
Because she's
Great.
Scarlet Witch
Yeah.
and do what she wants.
Great question.
Great
I
question.
mean, yeah.
I was
Okay.
sitting there
right.
looking at that.
But this is
watching
what
them.
this
She's
is
a
what I'm
mother.
getting to.
Okay.
This is what I'm getting to. There are enough horror aspects of this movie that you have to play by horror rules. And they did, which is infuriating because it's also a superhero movie. Marvel usually does a pretty good job of being logical in these obviously super fantastical and illogical situations. But horror movie rules take the precedent. They're running from her.
Yeah.
How is she keeping up? They break a river open underwater or underground. the river floods and they stop her enough, they get to the book. But horror movie rules, they have to walk super slowly. They have to admire their surroundings. They have to say, there's the book right there.
They don't close the door.
They don't close the door, and they get to it. But she's there too. She caught up. Horror movie rules. And it's just like, that was the time. Obviously, that has to happen for the horror movie aspect. But that's the time for it to switch back to superhero movie.
Yeah.
And the hero to make a play.
Right.
And they just straight up lose because of horror movie rules.
Yeah. I didn't watch this as a horror movie.
No, I mean, it's like, what, 5% horror.
But it felt like
It's the Sam
It's
Raimi
the
movie.
ending.
it's a Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah.
It's
The ending
and
is
it
the
didn't.
horror portion.
Well, either way, it
I
didn't.
meant-
It felt like two different. It felt like two totally different movies. To be honest with you, because
Yeah.
and in both sense of the word, like the first half of it is not that great. Second half, really good. Doctor Strange character doesn't really change a lot. Like there's not a lot that happens. Scarlet Witch is totally different. Doctor Strange is superhero. Scarlet Witch is horror. These are two totally different movies. Yeah. And when they collide, it's legitimately like two universes colliding. Like they're collapsing on each other. And it's like, this is fine, but also, why are we doing this? Like, what is the plot? You guys know the plot? She wants to find her kids.
It's just a mom who wants her children.
So she has to consume the powers of this little girl, and Doctor Strange literally destroys universes just to save this little girl's life. That's it.
Well,
Here's something I thought about.
Yeah, of
Here's
course.
something I thought about sitting in the theater based on what you just said. They released a film about a mom wanting to find her kids on Mother's Day weekend.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's what the other thing too. The messaging they have for it, like the scene where she finally jumps in. She's been dream walking and like interfering with it, but when she finally steps into that universe, it's like, boom! I'm here to do anything for my kids. And now they see, oh, when you do that, you turn yourself into a monster. Now your kids are afraid of you. Not only that, but the other one, their real mother has now been kicked in the corner where it's like, oh yeah, you want to protect your kids? Too bad. It's like, that's really what you want to say on Mother's Day? That one, when you try to be overprotective, you turn into a monster. And two, when you're not overprotective, someone is going to come in and kidnap your kids. That's really what you want to say. Happy Mother's Day, Mother's Day, everybody.
Yeah,
like, seriously, who thought of that? Who thought that was a good idea? Anyway.
Yeah, glorifying the single mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
It is.
It's like,
It is.
what? And then completely, like I said, the single mom and
Yeah.
trying to keep it together.
Mhm.
It just didn't feel right. It felt kind of funky.
Yeah, it's a little funky. That's
Anyway,
a good way
sorry.
to put it. It's just
That's
a
my
little
rant.
off.
But I'm glad you said that, Ryan. I'm glad you picked up on that because I was like, that's probably not a good idea. Anyway.
Yep. So had to tackle a little bit of the horror commentary. Really enjoyed it. I mean, there are a couple moments. You know, obviously, we've already talked about how gruesome her tearing through the Illuminati was.
Yep.
Her crawling out of that mirror, kind of doing
That was scary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that
like-
was scary. It was fun.
looking like almost like a doll.
I like that.
Yeah. There's just some good little things like that.
Are you going to talk about it? I feel like even if you've seen it, you don't want it spoiled. There's a really great horror element towards the end.
Zombie Strange.
Zombie Strange.
Zombie
And the
Strange.
demon wings. Dude, that's so metal.
It's cool.
So cool.
Actually, they touched on, I guess, that episode because they did the zombie episode of What If.
Yep, they did a zombie
Oh, really?
episode. Yep.
Yeah, that's fun. It's just cool that we do get in a mainstream movie, we do get something as fantastical as what if Zombie Strange stops Scarlet Witch? You're
Yeah.
like, what Sam Raimi movie are you watching?
Yep, it's in it. Very good, very funny at times. I mean, he has to do the motivational speech as a zombie.
Which
That's
is a little
a-
bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
It is. You know what's a letdown? Because they did the super avoidable thing that you just add in a few lines, maybe a couple small scenes that throughout the movie to make this avoidable. They did the thing where they told her,
Everything.
America, believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You can do it.
It's like, no, you probably should have.
Marvel, that's a first 5 movie trope.
Yeah.
We're better than this now.
That's a great point. That's a wonderful point. Yeah, it does feel like it was like kind of ham-fisted with a lot of things in a room full of experts who've gotten it down, how
Yeah.
to do this, how to pace a movie well, how to pace. And it did feel like this was back to square one.
And
superhero movie.
they could have done that with just a tad more explanation.
yeah,
because
two or three
he's
more scenes.
right.
Yeah.
He's right. She has been doing it.
Yeah.
She's just been scared. But she knows that her punches activate things. They're so close to being, like a couple lines and a couple scenes.
Yeah.
To just tying those two
Explain
things
her
together.
powers, and really, you feel the weight when that conversation happens now because you've been
or
led
help
up to
her
it.
help her see that she can control with her punches
Yeah,
and her hands. It was
not very good writing on that part.
It wasn't. It's something you said, Ryan. It's so true that this is supposed to be Doctor Strange movie. It becomes more of a Scarlet Witch movie.
Yeah.
But you know what else it is on top of that? Not America Chavez's movie.
No, not at all.
Despite her being a third of the big trio in this.
However, what I wanted to ask both of you guys, since you're the experts on this, do you feel as though this is an introduction to her as a character, and after, let's say, 5 years, we see more of her, she learns her power, she grows up, then we'll come to not really appreciate it, but see the reason why she wasn't more of a bigger part of this movie?
It's going to depend on how they want to take things in general. If they want to have like another Infinity War Endgame thing happening in a couple of years.
They said they're
we'll
done with the
definitely see
Avengers.
it. Yes, I didn't say Avengers.
right.
I said like everybody get together, team up thing again.
They are.
So who would that be?
Well, here's the thing. They're building things up that we can get these small team up movies pretty easily.
Right.
Yeah.
What one would she be a part of? I don't remember the name of it. It's like
I don't know.
Maybe it's just like Young Avengers.
Yeah, it's something like
Yeah.
that.
But it's like there's like her.
I heard it this week.
They're Miss Marvel. The show is coming. Miss Marvel,
Okay.
who is Captain Marvel's sidekick. I know her. Those two would fit in with that.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Could-
It'd be
You could make an argument.
be younger.
you
yeah,
could.
yeah.
Or use that to introduce Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I do kind of like this.
There's a lot of
Wait, Into the
Oh,
Spider-Verse.
there's
a lot of talk about. I'm not sure if there's any MCU talk, but there's a lot of heat behind Squirrel Girl, which although it's a silly character, she's a young Avenger.
We've also got isn't Zuri, is that her name? From Wakanda?
Oh yeah.
Hey, maybe.
Doesn't she become
Yes,
one?
maybe.
Shuri,
And then I think there's one more we've already seen. Oh, the boy from Iron Man 3.
Oh.
Doesn't he
If
do
they used
something?
him, then I'd probably.
Because they had him in the funeral.
He was at the
scene.
funeral.
Yeah, so I was about to
So
say
clearly he
that's the
still
last time I
exists.
saw him was the funeral scene.
So,
Yeah.
so there is enough here that they can do something. The one I want is I think they're called the Midnight Suns,
Okay.
and that's the kind of like your underground like we're talking Doctor Strange, Moon Knight, Blade, Ghost Rider, Punisher.
Nice.
I want that real bad.
Again, I'm gonna. Sorry, I know I keep doing this, but I swear it's different content. Going back to this podcast, part of Olivia said this is her theory. Well, yeah, the kind of the bloody, kind of the violence. She thinks maybe this is possibly a lead up, getting your audience ready for Blade. Rated R Blade.
Dude, probably. Blade is gonna be gory.
And I can't say I disagree. Yeah.
I mean, this guy cuts
That's
off
something-
vampires' heads.
Yeah, so maybe this is
That's
like,
smart.
hey, getting you used to it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, if
There's
you're gonna,
more of this.
Yes, more is coming. I'm hyped for Blade.
The only thing they got to watch is that they don't take it too far in the DC side of things.
Yeah, where it's just
'Cause
brooding.
DC
and,
is
yeah,
just dark and
I trust
violent
him.
like that.
yeah.
And that's the thing with Marvel. I think that's why it's done so well. Is it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was
that.
always the
Yeah.
cheery.
Yeah.
Even with all the fighting and stuff. you
And,
didn't
and
go
that's
straight
one
up
that
to
like,
jokes
and
the
that's always goes
stuff.
back to like for me personally, that's why I prefer the DC comics over Marvel. But when it comes to movies, I mean, even DC's best movies, like I love the Batman. I like it a lot more than a lot of MCU movies. However, if you asked, hey, you want to sit down and watch the Batman on like a Sunday afternoon in the summer, or hey, do you want to sit down and watch Captain America? I'm going with
Spider-Man
Captain.
Homecoming,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm going with Captain America on that. Sorry, like I just
reminds me
fits.
of the memes. Marvel fans that didn't like the Batman because he didn't say, "Oh, look what the cat dragged in after like
He's gonna make a stupid
after
pun.
Catwoman girlfriends dies
Right,
or whatever."
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I because of those memes, I'm gonna notice it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange too had a huge one, where she's floating up there, right before Doctor Strange goes up there to chat with her,
Yeah.
and Wong goes, "You must use your
Oh,
words
yeah.
carefully. Everything you say is not. We all are depending on that." And he goes, "Oh, it's not a big deal then, huh?"
Yeah,
He's
right.
like,
He's like, no pressure.
no pressure,
So
huh?"
no pressure, huh?
And I was like, "That's one of those moments."
Well, but then he came down and he was like, I think I said what I need, or he said, I think I got the job done, or something like that. And it was like, oh, we're fighting, huh? Or whatever he says. It was something like what Wong was expecting was that they strike peace. He comes down like, yep, got it done. She's about to beat us.
Yeah. Let me do one more.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a lot. Obviously, it's still lots of thoughts, but we got to get yours in.
Okay.
I had to point out because I told you I thought this happened, and I had it confirmed today.
Oh yeah.
When
right.
Xavier shows up, they played the 90s cartoon, the X-Men 90s cartoon theme when he shows up, when he rolls up, the just real quick and real faint. And it registered at the time, but it also didn't.
Yeah.
And so just listening to that other podcast I was listening to about it, they said definitely it was credited. And also I looked up a picture. That is exactly how he is in the show. The big yellow floating wheelchair.
Right. Yeah. That's from the show.
Green suit.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yep. So just hearing the Danny Elfman did this score. And yes, he sure did.
Yes, he sure did. That's exactly right.
Also, they noticed I need to rewatch this and listen to the music a bit more. Wong got his own theme.
Oh, really?
Yep. And
well, that's
something
neat.
that I've heard pointed out is that Danny Elfman ruined the Doctor Strange theme. Would ruin the Doctor Strange theme because they anticipated this and they said he did, which, like I said, I didn't quite catch it because there was something else he had done, and I'm not going to pretend to remember. But apparently, the other Marvel movie that Danny Elfman had done that was a sequel, he took the initial theme, which was great, and changed it to try to make it different, and he just ruined it. It's a bummer because he did a lot of good things like giving a Wong a theme and doing the X-Men cartoon theme. But also, he's Danny Elfman.
Of course.
I miss Michael Giacchino. That man is just good at what he does. He did the Batman. He did the first Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
He's just good at what he does. That'll be my thoughts.
I got one quick one before we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
For being called the Multiverse of Madness, I didn't feel like it was all that
Maddening.
crazy.
Yes. Well, they had that.
Like, I went into it anticipating, like, okay,
Yes.
we're going to,
100%.
flash through, hundreds of worlds multiple times in this thing. And there's going to be I was thinking it'd be like this.
Some crossover, yeah.
Which I
Right,
won't
yeah.
spoil for
There's
you.
some crossover.
But at
from
the
it.
end of Far From Home, I expected, something
Sure.
in that magnitude.
Yeah.
Not Far From Home, sorry. No Way Home.
No Way
I
Home,
always do
yeah.
that. But at the end of No Way Home,
I did too.
all
Well,
that's happening-
and there's some that you wish they're flying through. You get your typical compilation of all the different
Animated,
we're falling through here,
noir,
falling through here, falling through here,
paint.
which was
Which
cool to see.
saw
Cool.
them
Let's
in-
hang out at some of them.
Haven't we seen some of those before?
No, well, you might be talking about Into the Spider-Verse,
Maybe.
but I don't think those are related.
It might have been an Ant-Man, though. Maybe not.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
I might be thinking. I might be thinking of something entirely different.
Anyway, I there was someone who was like, why don't we hang out here for a bit? No, what's the one we hang out with? The one in Manhattan with trees. That irritated me.
Special plants and less unique architecture.
Yeah, it's just like that. I kind of hate it. And Memory Lane, which by the way, that sucks. Who wants to get bought by that on the way to work? Like, hey, I noticed you stepped in the memory lane. Do you want to see
Has
your
Marvel
breakup?
had more generic exposition ever?
It does feel like it. Because it's like, Dutch Strange can't be with the love of his life. Don't you feel that? I'm like, yeah, I guess. Oh, man. America has zapped her parents and they might be dead. Don't you feel that? Like, I guess. Oh, man, Wanda wants kids. Don't you feel that? I'm like, dude, this feels like
You want me to
bingo,
sympathize?
like
You know who I'm
superhero bingo.
sympathized with here is Wong.
Yeah, dude, he's trying to
He's
put
our
up.
sorcerer supreme,
He's
man.
literally
He's just trying
putting
to hold it all together.
And they broke this man's neck 4 times in this movie, and
Yes.
he's fine.
He's put up with a lot of their
Do
crap.
you remember the scene? They do the thing where he definitely died because his neck landed on the stair. But no,
Yeah, he's
he
laying there
didn't.
like, and I'm like,
No, he
oh
didn't.
yeah. Well, you knew he wasn't gonna die right there.
No.
You went okay.
It
Yeah,
was too anticipated.
I was wondering
At
if
the
there's
end.
like they're gonna do the Gandalf thing and
Something you said, Ryan. This movie didn't have enough stakes, but they could have.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're going to use Wong, so they couldn't have killed him.
See,
But
you
his
knew,
death
when
could
he
have
fell
meant
off
something.
the cliff, you knew that he wasn't dead, even
Right,
though he
yeah.
missed. You
Yeah.
knew that wasn't.
Yeah,
they
there's
weren't
a-
going to just kill off Wong that way.
right.
At that point, if they were going to kill him, it would have been Wanda doing something in front of America, or like it would have been this big.
Which I'm okay with that because I think they knew that too. They knew what they were doing when they did that.
Yeah.
Like
They
I'm okay with it, but yeah, the way that they find him landed like bent 7 different ways, it's like, well, you could have at least hidden it a little bit better.
Well, they straight up could have just done one of those where he just fell off and he caught the cliff. Like it would have had the exact same effect.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're right.
Your thoughts?
Man, so many thoughts. A lot of them we've already kind of covered a little bit. I would say to your horror movie element, I had an issue with the plot in terms of sequence of events. When she comes to, what's the name of the fortress? Tell me the name of the fortress. Camertage. When she comes there and they're like very scary. First of all, there's lots of smoke, darkness. Okay, that's pretty rad. She is scary. And then she comes out. Okay, she's still scary. Don't know why the far half of the place is still white as the Himalayas, but couldn't. I would be cool to shroud the whole thing in darkness.
Yeah,
that
the smoke just disappeared.
Yeah, it disappeared after like 5 minutes.
And it wasn't
she turned her fog
Doctor
machine off.
Strange or Wong did something. Like that's what I expected.
Well, so that wasn't very scary. Then it's like, why is she so scary? And then she just shoots. They shoot laser beams at each other. So I was like, that's not very scary. It's just it's just kind of annoying. Like you can't hit each other until she's getting into the minds of some of those guys, and she turns around. She's like, run. Okay, that scared me. But then it was like, it would be different. She landed and she's tearing people limb from limb, that kind of thing. Yeah. That would scare me. No. She scares this one guy, gets in the shield, and then continues to just shoot people. Yeah, she shoots people left and right. I'm like, okay, well, that's not very scary. I wish we'd had maybe not necessarily. I wish we had the feel of Illuminati fight scene at the Camertage. I wish we had it there. I feel like they were trying to set that up. It just was falling flat. I was like, I do not care. I do not find her scary at all. Then she gets in the mirror thing. That was kind of scary, kind of trippy. And then when she comes out, she's like, ugh. I'm like, oh, that would be cool. Yeah. And then she fixes herself, and you're like, okay. Then when that scene, this is why I say, like, why is the first half garbage and the second half really good? Because after that scene, then it's like, oh no, I'm scared of her because she can do bad things to really strong people.
I think they actually touched on it in the movie though, when they were talking about how, I forget the exact wording she said, but she said something along the lines of like she was reserved.
Yeah. She's holding. Yeah, she's like, this is me. Like, holding back. Whatever it is, I get that. The movie's trying to explain to you that she's scary, and I'm telling you that's not very scary. You showed you're powerful. Show yourself that you're scary because you don't.
They tried to make her sound scary too early.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, you can say you cannot kill a single person and be super, super scary, or say I'm holding myself back, then kill everybody in that fortress and not be scary at all. And I'd rather you do what you say we're going to do, hold back, and still scare the mess out of everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's just like, but then when she goes over the edge, so to speak,
she's just getting more and more desperate as the movie goes
on. That's when I was like, okay, now I am scared. I'm kind of upset that it took me an hour to get here.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I think they thought that the big reveal at the beginning in the orchard.
Yeah.
I think they thought that did a little bit more for us than it actually did.
Yeah.
It was a fine reveal. I mean, I love the classic.
I went, oh yeah.
You didn't tell me her name yet.
That was neat.
I do like that.
I was like, uh-oh.
But they definitely thought that hit a little harder than it actually did.
And I was
that could have meant anything at that point. Like it could have just been she just knew, and she was still going to go help.
Well,
like because at that point you still didn't know.
She said America, and I go, wait, he didn't say her name. Then I was like, oh, maybe she's been watching it, wanted to help, but just hasn't in a bit. And then when he says, I didn't tell you her name, or you didn't tell me your name, I'm like, oh no, wait, there's something wrong. Then my thought goes, she possessed, which in a way she is, but. So that I was like, that's a bummer.
The Darkhold in this is drastically different from the Darkhold in the TV show.
Really?
I just lost the name of the show.
WandaVision?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh,
okay.
I didn't know that.
Because in that one it's like tech, and then in this one it's magic. It was magical there.
Well, they did retcon Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It's on Disney Plus.
After it being canon for most of it.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, it got retconned in the last couple of years.
They still have it up though. They put it on their own platform.
I don't know, man. I was like, I don't really, whatever. Just this scroll looks dark and menacing. Just like be careful with it, and they weren't.
I found it interesting too. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
How there's like Darkholds on every planet.
Yeah.
Or every universe, but there's only one
of the
good books or whatever it's called.
We
And
were
it-
talking about that. We were talking about that earlier this afternoon. I said, "Why? Why is that?" And
So
because
it seemed like, from what I could tell, it wasn't. There was really only one Darkhold, and it was the
Temple.
temple at the end.
that was
And then all of the books were copies of what was written
Yeah.
on the wall
okay.
that then somehow got spread across the multiverse.
Okay.
They could have said so.
Which is
So the
why-
original.
That's the only thing I could come up with as to why, when the temple got destroyed, all of the books got destroyed in every multiverse or in every universe.
So is it assuming that Scarlet Witch is really the only of her kind in terms of scope and power?
yeah, not as Wanda,
because
as Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, because our universe is the one where the Darkhold, the Darkhold structure or fortress is. Okay, see, that to me is interesting. What they showed, not so much, because I was like, oh, well, if everybody's got a copy, well, there's 3 of them laying around in like Texas, so
Yeah.
let's go get those. You know, it's just like I didn't really care for it, but they didn't, and they did a decent job of tying it in. Like, hey, this is the spot. The rest of them are copies of what's at this spot, but didn't to me. I was like, what does it matter? There's for every universe, there's a Darkhold. Why does it matter?
They have to remind us that this universe, 616, is the most important one. It's the catalyst.
Then why is it called 616? What's wrong
That's
with the
what
other
the
six
other
hundred
universe
fifteen?
decided to call it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not.
Yeah, but spare me.
Number one.
Here's the thing. You discover
Well, that was the name of the comic universe, too.
a bunch of multiverse. I don't care. They don't care about the
I'm just letting
comics.
you
They
know.
haven't shown that they care about the comics. Why do I care? You find a bunch of other multiverses. What are you naming your universe?
Universe 1.
You
Yeah.
pull the DC and you call it 1.
Yeah.
And everything after that is 2.
Yeah,
3,
exactly.
As you find them.
Yeah. I'm calling it
Like,
one.
that's how
I'm
the
calling
Flash
ours
did.
one.
That's what the Flash did for the first multiple seasons.
Yeah, it's what you do.
Like,
Anyway, so yeah, that just kind of felt kind of hokey. There were parts, like I said, there were parts of it that I enjoyed. There are parts of it that I was just like, I'm not a huge fan of Sam Raimi. I'm not a huge fan of the Sam Raimi style.
Sure.
So some of that stuff I was like, I can take it or leave it. But at the same time, I don't necessarily let some of his stylistic choices really affect like.
Other than the fade in, fade out editing.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
just hokey.
Yeah, and like the fade in with the headshots and the whole.
Yeah, she's
seance
meditating,
and
but
stuff.
her face it zooms in on her face, but just in the top left corner.
But in that, yes, I was like, but in the middle of that, I went, ooh, I hate that, but also that's a preference for me, right?
yes,
It's critically I can't.
hey, it's Sam Raimi. It
Exactly.
sure is.
So critically I can't look at it like that, but preferably I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
I could take it or leave it. But yeah, I just like I said, some of the themes I think that they were communicating, I was like, I don't know that you really want to be saying this. It's just kind of made me uncomfortable, and I say uncomfortable. It definitely felt like there wasn't a cohesive vision in what was happening here.
And again, we shouldn't. What TD did it, and so people think that we should do this. You shouldn't. If you're getting a new director, don't give him a sequel.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi should have got an upcoming
right.
first timer, and I get it. This one had the most horror potential, and it was like if he's going to do one, he's going to do this one.
Yeah.
But Scott Erickson from the first one, he produced this.
Right.
Just have him direct it again. He did such a good job with the first one.
What was the point of this movie? What do you think we walked away with saying, I need to watch this movie? I needed to watch this movie.
Doctor Strange seems to have solidified himself as I know there's no more Avengers, but he seems to be the Avenger now. He's the Tony Stark.
Okay.
The centerfold of the entire.
Did this movie do that?
Not by itself. It will, I think,
it'll be the lead
When we
up
see him
to whatever
again-
happens in the next one, I think.
when we see him again, we will realize that yes, it did.
Why?
But by itself, why?
Yeah.
Because I think
Just because of screen time?
no. Because of his ability to do so.
What are you talking
The
about? Like
multiversal
his
stuff.
power? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have the knowledge of everything.
and
I
he's
would
gonna be
say
the one that
this
knows
if
what's going on.
okay, so there's a moment when he's talking to the Illuminati when they're like, "Hey, Thanos, we know how to take care of him. You're the bad guy in our world,
Yeah.
right? Like you're the one we've been waiting on. We know you're going to destroy our
Yeah,
universe."
we feared the moment another one of you
which,
shows
to
up.
their point, it happened, right?
Yeah.
They were like, "You're going to kill us.
Trillions of lives gone.
You're going to kill us. You're going to kill the Illuminati." Okay.
And he did. Not him,
That-
but he did.
That moment felt so unearned. I was like, oh, that's a really cool theme. Never talk about it again. He's like, yeah, anyway, I gotta go. And so like that was it. They didn't come back to it. I felt like that there was
Interesting.
that's an accusation that they placed on him that doesn't really. It's supposed to help into his character development. I didn't feel it.
I will disagree with that one a little bit.
Why?
I get why you say that, but we get that evil Doctor Strange, the music fight,
Yes,
and that's another variation.
they're talking about him specifically.
No, they're talking about Doctor Strange. They would have said that about whatever Doctor Strange walked through.
No, because Krasinski says we're waiting on you, not a Doctor Strange, like him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he meant that about whatever Doctor Strange was going to
I
walk
think
through.
he meant that as in whatever Doctor Strange came in. I don't think they were specifically looking for that universe.
well, they were looking for one that was traveling.
Yes.
So-
So you are kind of right because
they
it's going to
didn't
be
know
one
it's-
that's capable of getting
it's
there.
because it's where it happened at,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
they knew to
Yeah,
watch
movie
out for
rules.
Yeah, they knew they had to watch out for him. It just so happened to be him because he's the only one with the ability. So say like Dark
And
Strange.
it really wasn't even his ability.
Well,
like
Dark
Iron Man.
Strange, they assume this. Doctor Strange, they would not have ever met him because he wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like he's not.
No, I do get what you mean.
But
It is interesting. I thought they were going to do a. We now have to vote. Now that you've gotten here, we have
they
to
really
vote.
love their boats, don't they?
They do.
He's like, we will go out there and fight.
And Mordo just tries to kill him.
He's like, I haven't voted yet, and then he
There
gets.
was
lost.
another one. There was another one. There was another one of those. Marvel fans didn't like the Batman because of no funny joke, because he just tried to behind his back kill him with a sword as his quote unquote vote, and then he gets trapped in the little trench thing, and he goes,
Yeah, what an
"I
inconvenient-
see why the me didn't in your universe didn't care for you very much."
Yeah, because you don't know how to get out of that trench thing. He jumped out that 3-foot trench. He was like, "Why? First of all, why is that trench there? Why is it there? A good thing we put these crocodiles down here."
I think it's just there so that you could have less distance between the two positions.
More
but
distance.
Still have hard to get to it.
Oh, I
Like
get, yeah, I get
physical
you.
less distance.
Why?
So you could actually have a conversation with somebody.
Nah, it
What?
was there so Mordo would fall in it.
Yeah, and Doctor Strange just like wall jumps NFL
Yeah.
streets his way out.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, Mordo can't do that.
Mordo's like,
Well, I expected him to like grab his leg.
Yeah,
which I
but
guess
no, he just beats him by running.
I kind of get it because he like jumped off his body to get a little bit more
Sure.
height. It's still dumb.
But to finish the thought before I
Sorry.
just went to roast Mordo, I thought they were gonna vote on like, now that you have gotten here, we need to eradicate all Doctor Stranges.
Yeah.
I was ready for that.
Would they have been able to do that?
No, but I think they were.
I mean,
I expected them
theoretically,
to-
what? How could
I
they
expected
try?
them to
Well,
want
actually,
to try.
they might be able to.
Why?
With
I mean,
the book.
how?
The book gives you what you need. I don't know if it gives. The book
Okay.
I don't know.
probably
I
wouldn't
don't know
need
how the
that.
book works
But,
exactly, but it might.
It's gone now.
Here's
What a silly!
But
Like it's such a
would
clear.
they have
plot
been
device.
desperate enough to go for the Darkhold?
That's my thing. Like I was ready for them in hindsight, as we're talking about it. I guess I didn't really have much of this thought, but they get desperate. They go for the Darkhold, or they try to take America's power.
Yeah.
And
See, yeah, that
try to kill. So
That's
I
a
was
good plot.
I was ready for the Illuminati to turn bad.
they turn bad. Scarlet Witch shows up, makes her good. She violently attacks them.
The only
She stops them.
the only reason I'm fine with it not happening that way is because of how she killed all of them was really cool.
We like to leave. Oh, she'd still do that, and then she come to her senses.
Not
and
if
go,
she was good.
this is
you
me
imagine
holding back.
Wanda doing that?
Yeah, she wouldn't stop
She
him.
Yeah.
turned
just
Mr.
for Doctor
Fantastic
Strange.
into spaghetti.
Yeah. Anyway, so
So all that to be said, I do think that Doctor Strange will be the center of the MCU for the next bit.
okay, so we
'Cause
learned
they
that.
seem to have pulled Spider-Man out of it potentially.
Yeah, he is
So
nowhere right now.
I
until-
think
yeah.
I think they signaled that. I don't think they earned. I think they signaled that he's taking that mantle. I don't think he earned that mantle.
that's true.
Okay,
I
what
think
else did we
that's
learn?
because
There was another one I wanted to say that we thought. Well, obviously America was introduced. Very simple, but introduced her.
Whatever. Yeah, sure. You
Hey, I'm
you
just being-
introduced her
I'm
to
just
saying
being
like,
technical.
she's
I
a
mean,
kid.
at
She's
this
a kid.
point-
She was a kid when she
at
was
this
a kid.
point, we've had enough origin stories that it's like just drop them in and
Hey,
just
it
hint
works.
at their or just give us 5-minute background in
Yep.
the movie,
Yeah.
like, and be
That's
done
kind of
with
how I
And
feel about it.
that's better than if she got her own movie.
Or
Yeah.
well,
Do you think maybe she'll
but it felt
I mean,
like
she might get her
she
own
might show up
solo
in
movie,
Ms. Marvel?
maybe.
Yeah,
may
that
have
would be
her own-
nice.
That's a friendship
That'd be
they
cool.
probably
There was
need
a
to make
moment where
happen.
there was at first there was a moment I'm like, oh, is this gonna be Miss Marvel? Oh, no.
Oh,
that
you know
wouldn't
what?
work.
You know what? Another one to throw in.
Okay.
She's a little older than they are, but the new Black Widow.
Oh, Yelena.
Yep.
wait, what?
She's young, and she's
She? Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought we were going back to what Doctor
Oh.
Strange. Sorry.
the new Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're so ready. Dude, they got
and-
so many young women superheroes right now.
Yeah.
And unless we have Peter Parker, unless we get Miles Morales, the dudes are just lacking. Step up, fellas.
Anyway, so what did we learn
I
from
mean, it's
this
the
movie?
writers, but step up, fellas.
What else did we learn from this movie?
That Disney likes taking money from us.
Can I just
And they
say?
can
Can
have
I just sum it up in like one sentence?
Yeah.
You could have sent this in an email. That's how I feel about it. It was good, but you could have sent this in an email. Hey, Doctor Strange is now the main guy.
Well, they're not.
Cool,
that-
you could
see,
send
but
that.
there won't be another main guy because there's no more Avengers.
Yeah, and
So
there
There'll be
he-
somebody.
well, there
Somebody
also-
will take the
there is
lead.
no one else.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, there's no one else to step into that role.
Oh, true. Well, yeah, you're right.
Well, somebody
basically-
has to take that
We're
role.
establishing ground zero because the Guardians
Yeah.
are gone.
Well, the Guardians aren't.
No.
They're going
But
off
they're
on their
not.
own
Well,
thing.
but they were never really Avengers anyway.
No, but Thor
So,
was.
and he's not anymore.
They-
But Banner's
But he's
still
not
around. We gotta learn what's happening with Banner.
True, we haven't had
So
that
they're
movie
doing a
yet.
good job of setting us up with so many possibilities.
Yeah.
But I think Strange, just because he's the only one with truly the capabilities. Like Iron Man was the one with the capabilities to make these things happen. Ultron never happens without Iron Man.
Right.
No Way Home.
Vision
and
never
the whole
happens.
thing.
Vision.
Nothing happens without
without
Iron
Doctor
Man.
Strange.
I mean,
Well,
the
sure,
only things
sure.
that happen without Iron Man, Thor still happens, and Captain America,
Captain
still
America.
happens. Whether
And
he's
that's
discovered
that's
is
what made
debatable.
the Avengers special.
Yeah.
Was they were independent coming together.
Yeah, but now
Now,
it's
I'm not
all-
going to say everything. Spider-Man happened by himself.
There's a
But
theory
90%
that,
of these things
so-
are going to be shoehorned in through different.
Okay, I heard a theory about that one. You know how in the original 2 Spider-Man movies, it's an Oscorp spider that bites him.
Yes.
The theory is that it's a Tony Stark spider that
So
bites.
I've heard that. I've heard that
Tom
as well.
Or
And
that Spider-Man,
They might address it in the upcoming animated show.
maybe.
Freshman year going to be because Homecoming is a sophomore year.
Yeah.
Far From Home is his junior year. No Way Home is his senior year.
Yeah.
So freshman year is the animated show coming out to give us a little prequel.
Okay.
I would rather they put that capital elsewhere. I don't really want some prequel stuff. I said the same thing about Black Widow.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
I didn't really care.
give us the future, man. Like this is not
Yeah.
this is not
No.
the stuff that we want to see the past
Yeah.
about.
No going into the past anymore.
Yeah.
If you're going into the past, it's just a quick.
Yeah.
Just a quick
It's
glance
you have
back.
to give us Captain America or Captain Marvel. You have to introduce someone like that.
Yeah.
And you could argue they did with Yelena, but
Yeah.
you know what could have been an email? Black Widow had a sister.
Well, the whole reason why that was because it was stuck. They had been stuck in production hell for years.
that one
That is
So,
true. That was supposed
they
to
were
come out
making it. They've
before
been
Endgame, wasn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It
And
was.
then it got pushed back, and then COVID pushed it back even
at
further.
this point, they were like, "We got to put it out there."
Oh,
Regardless.
speaking of production issues, they just switched the dates for Ant-Man and the Marvels. So we're getting Ant-Man before the Marvels now.
Oh,
They're both still next year, but we're getting Ant-Man first. So let's talk just to get Jacob excited a little bit. Let's talk. This is clearly going to be a little bit longer episode.
I mean, it's Marvel. We knew
Let's
this would
talk
happen.
what shows are going to relate to what movies. So we get WandaVision with Doctor Strange 2. We're Black Widow and Hawkeye already tied together, and that did it first. Loki is going to lead to Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
Because the villain introduced in Loki is going to be the villain introduced in Ant-Man 3.
It's most likely going to be Kang,
Kang, right? Kang the Conqueror.
Clank, one of those two.
Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
What else we got? Miss Marvel is going to be the Marvels.
I think Thor: Love and Thunder is going to. You could almost probably consider that to be a continuation of the third set of stuff.
You mean just Phase 3?
Yeah, Phase 3.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I think Guardians and Thor will probably basically be extending Phase 3
Yep.
plots until
Which
they
will
wrap
be
those up.
nice because other than Doctor Strange, we are almost out of the memories of the Avengers.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
we're
mean,
almost.
I've
They're
noticed that for a while.
almost
Like
just memories now.
at this point, the only original person is Bucky.
Bucky and Thor,
Bucky's been in the most movies.
and Thor's gone. So,
Yeah, Thor's off on his
but
own,
at least we're getting him.
and Bucky's the only one around still.
So
Riveting.
we know we're getting a Captain America 4.
Okay,
It just doesn't have a release year.
that's probably basically going to just be Falcon and Winter
Falcon Winter
Soldier,
Soldier.
unless they do what they really should do. This is the one movie that I would love to see him go back in time. And sorry, I get
My
talk about
second
this all
thought
day.
about this movie was only got one thought out, but thanks.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Doctor Stranger's
Doctor Scaredy.
Doctor Scared. I'm sorry. I'm scared. I'm Doctor Scared. No, you're not. You're Doctor Strange. All right. Back in the
I
fight.
feel better.
His development as a character. Did he develop or did he not?
They shoehorned in that you have to be the one holding the knife thing.
What? So how could they have done better? Because I thought I understand. Okay. I got to a point halfway through the movie where I said what you just said, what you said earlier. Marvel, you can't be doing this because you're more than 5 movies in. You know how to make a compelling story without relying on superhero movie tropes. Halfway through that movie, I went, I'm going to have to rely on superhero movie tropes to establish some of these assumptions.
Yep.
So there are parts that happen with Doctor Strange that I was like, yeah, they did not do a very good job of communicating or portraying his character development. But thankfully, I've clearly gotten the message that this is a tropey superhero movie, and I can now connect my own dots. Thank you for making an awful movie.
But I had to do that. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks for the homework.
Yeah. So, I mean, I there's parts of it that I wish I could dwell on a little bit more, like him and his relationship with Christine.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah, they
enjoy
used
that.
Christine for that.
Like in any universe, no matter what version it is, I still want to be with you. Like, oh, that's cool. It didn't fit with anything else that was going on in the movie.
It was the watch.
You're good. I mean, you understood that there was no way that either one of them could be like when what's 824? What's the other universe, Ryan?
Red-haired Christine.
Yeah, it's 8 something.
There's 8 something.
The Illuminati universe.
Yeah, Illuminati universe. Like she's like, I'm glad that she sees it and it's like, all right, no, we can't be together. Even though
you're glad they didn't.
Yeah.
Even though they could have probably forced it.
Yeah, because it's a very delicate universe or delicate multiverse.
Now that the Illuminati's gone, that woman
doesn't
that
need to come back to.
Well, that universe needs her.
I don't know that I want to go to back to that universe.
Well, I agree.
I'd be like, no, can I go with you? I promise I'll never talk to Christine ever.
Oh, that's about to take you down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
It's
please
the
don't.
list of all Marvel universes. And it started at 001.
Just Command F, red-haired Christine. Christine
Illuminati.
616 is
Comics.
Yeah.
But it's also ours. So, it's the watch. The watch was symbolic.
Which multiverse theory did you like more? Everything Everywhere All at Once or Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? And the Multiverse of Madness.
Great question.
Thanks.
Let me answer it.
Yeah.
I liked Doctor Strange's better.
Why?
It's more tangible to be that you can step in and there's 2 of you. Step into that universe and there's two of you. Than just you occupy the mind of yours, which they also did with Dreamwalking.
Yeah. The dreamwalking stuff got really complicated for me, and I was like,
and that's why
I don't care for any
prefer
of
Doctor
this.
Strange, because what was Everything
What?
Everywhere All at Once, but just a bunch of dreamwalking.
no.
Yeah.
No. Because what I'm saying is with dreamwalking, in Everything Everywhere All at Once, you went to and became that character.
Yeah, you occupied that
Right.
body with your mind.
Well, but she was still there. She like transported.
Yeah. I'd argue dreamwalking is the same thing.
I
Well,
don't know.
they're similar.
But everybody could do it theoretically. If you're a university, just come in contact with knowing how to walk across universes, right? It wasn't like. I guess the thing with Doctor Strange is it got confusing with me. It's like, what is the point of America's powers then if she can just dreamwalk? It's like, well, you can actually get there, you're more powerful. But then it's like, well, that's just
no more dreamwalking.
I guess maybe.
Oh, that's how they made America super important. There's no more dreamwalking.
Yeah.
Dreamwalking was the Darkhold.
Yeah,
It
which
was
is gone.
Darkhold, and
That was Scarlet Witch that did that.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
gone. So the only way to get back to another multiverse is America.
Oh, that's how I made her report. I thought you were saying
what I'm-
she was the catalyst for the whole plot going forward. I said no. Scarlet Witch did that to
No,
herself.
she's the catalyst for the multiverse moving
Going forward. Okay, see, that feels
Thunder?
like you're just building.
Thunder? You said okay, see.
Anyway, I feel like I don't watch soccer. I feel like that's creating your own problem and then solving it, and then not actually talking to anybody about why. It's important.
Well, welcome to Marvel.
Nope, that's not
true. Yeah,
true.
they're better than
That's
that.
not
They're better
true.
than that.
Yeah, welcome
No,
to
you know
Marvel.
what? Welcome to Sam
Iron Man
Raimi.
3. No, welcome to Iron Man 3 Marvel.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know who the Mandarin is? So do we.
Yep. We'll tell you in 8 years
Yeah.
in Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's funny.
we could probably talk for hours. We have a
This is
phone
already
call.
our longest episode yet.
We have a phone
I
call to
think
make.
so. Yeah. Do we have a number?
We do. It's going to be Senior Clark,
Mr. Noah,
Mr. Noah.
is he
Clark.
prepared for us?
Ryan, you might have. Yeah, he's waiting on us.
I'm looking forward to it.
You might have his number.
Very much love this man.
Do we need to do anything to sound check beforehand, or are we just rolling in? Should be good, said Ryan.
Should be good, said Ryan.
Where's Hey, do I have a? Oh, I should have. Do we have a list anywhere of all the ones, like all the specific numbers that have been chosen?
Yes, of the poster.
Yeah, where's that?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you as soon as he
Sweet.
gets this number in.
I looked at that number for a second.
You're fine. We might cut this part out of the podcast.
No, dude, we keep it raw and uncut.
There's been enough dead time though.
Dead time. Well, you just tell me to fill the time. If there's one thing I know about Doctor Strange is dead people, dead times, good time.
I see dead people. You know why? Because Doctor Strange was a dead people.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that he was gonna that like when he buries the dead body that was gonna be?
That was cool.
Did you know it was gonna come back?
No, it's cool.
I thought it was a little random. Are they gonna be able to? Uh oh.
He hung up on us.
I did.
Oh, you hung up on him?
That's what's wrong.
Oh.
Sorry. Technical difficulty.
Don't ever.
That number right?
Apologize.
Let's not ever talk to Noah again.
Should have that number.
That was not a conversation.
That
was you just spilling your guts.
There we go.
Ayo.
Hello?
Mr. Noah Clark, is that you?
That's me. Yeah, what's up?
What a delightful fellow we have
Oh
here.
my goodness, Noah, it's so good to hear from you.
Thanks. It's good to hear from you guys. How are y'all?
Doing well, doing well. Are you? Are we talking to you from the great city of Columbia, Tennessee? Is that where you're living now?
We live in Lewisburg now. We just bought a house down there.
Oh
about,
wow,
Yeah,
Oh,
about 45 minutes from Franklin.
that's right.
he's in Lewisburg and he's Clark.
Yep. Lewisburg Clark.
I just shoehorned in a Lewis and Clark joke. You're welcome.
Thank you. That made my day like that much better.
I imagine him.
no,
I
no, I
imagine him
can't
taking
see.
his two fingers and holding them together to indicate
How
nothing.
much better? I can't see. Noah, sorry. Go ahead.
Wait. I'm supposed to say something? What?
No, I was gonna ask.
I was gonna say you didn't prompt him.
I was gonna ask. Have you seen the new Doctor Strange?
I have not yet. We're gonna plan on seeing it soon.
Okay.
I've heard okay and good things. Nothing great, nothing bad.
Well,
Have you guys seen it yet?
Well, no, we're specifically not, because we don't want to chase after the views or whatever, the downloads. So we're not gonna do that. So you don't have to worry.
So
about
what he's
looking out
saying
for
is
us.
that your
No, you don't have to
your
look
voice is going on to the Doctor Strange episode we're recording right now.
Understandable.
Hey,
Understandable.
are you excited? Are you excited for it?
I think so. By the way, this is like really random, but like I don't know if this is normal, but the call, like, it's echoing like every time you talk, and so I hear your voice 2 times. It's tripping me out.
Don't worry, it's not like that in the recording. So,
Dude,
Okay.
we've heard the comments.
Okay.
But question for you: Do you know why we called you?
Yes. Do I have the honor of picking the number on the IMDb 100 list?
Sir, you do. Now, just to be sure,
Let's
you
go.
haven't looked this up beforehand.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
I have not looked it up myself beforehand, but I did have my wonderful wife, Riley, spew out some numbers with some movies correlated to them. And so I'll do my best not to pick one of those.
That does kind of sound like Riley. She would do that. That does, in the most loving way possible. I feel like she would do that just so we watch a movie she absolutely loves. Okay, well, if you would, just pick a number between 1 and 100 for us.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to go with 20.
20,
right.
straight up. Noah, you are a good man. I've said this many times. I'm thankful for you. You have selected for us legendary serial killer flick 7.
Oh, okay. Look at what's in the box?
What's in the box? Noah, have you seen 7?
Dude, I have seen 7, and I'm sorry. It's such a dark movie.
But it's so good.
Well,
it's really well done. It's just, I remember watching it the first time, or the only time, and being like absolutely just jazzed. Like,
You're just ready for bed after that movie ends.
Well, no, I want you to know that as violent as 7 might be and as trippy as it might be, it's not quite as violent as Doctor Strange. Get ready. It's going to be a great time.
That's true. It's pretty bloody boy.
I wish I was kidding. I'm only half kidding. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are excited to hear your thoughts about Doctor Strange 2.
Absolutely.
Next time we get a chance to talk to you, friend. Thank you for being on today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to our next conversation.
Yes. All right,
Me
brother Noah. Love you, bro.
May the spirit be with
love
you.
y'all too.
And
Or
we'll
Spirit be with you, brothers.
Whatever the Catholics
My
say.
brothers in Jesus Christ.
exactly
Co-laborers.
Right. Amen.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Noah is one of those dudes that, one of the things I love about him the most is because this happened when we were at Good Friday service. We went with him and a few of our friends, and standing out in the church parking lot trying to leave for like 45 minutes, and then eventually we were like, because we just kept coming back and saying, and eventually I think it was one of us having to go, hey man, we just got to walk away. Like, because it's going to keep
that's
happening.
what I say is that we got to just leave.
Just got to leave.
I mean, the pastors had all gone already.
Start out their car like, hey guys, get out of here. Anyway.
Riley texted me 30 seconds ago and said, I literally told him to pick any movie other than 7.
Of course. He thought you meant the number. So I said 20, not 7.
So our 9th movie from the list will be movie number 20.
Yes.
7, not 27. Movie number 27.
Ryan, have you seen 7? Marty's seen 7.
Just once.
Ryan has not. I have not. Neither.
I'm excited.
All I know is what's
we
in the box?
are going to be.
To be fair, I know it's
thrilled.
in the box.
Yeah, that's true. I did too before I'd seen it. Watched for the first time about this time last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was pretty close to right before you moved in. So
okay, got it.
All right. So are we going to rank the At the Movies?
So we have 3 of them?
We have 3.
All right, list them out.
So
I'm gonna make a separate doc.
TD At the Movies. So far we have.
No, wait, hold on. We have a
conundrum.
No, what's the word? A jingle. We have a jingle.
Is that you want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it.
TD. Oh, you're right. That's right. I thought you were like lying.
I guess I'll do it.
I thought you were lying and we had to do it. No, you're so right though.
There you go. You start us.
You lead it. I'm blanking on how it goes.
No, because what are you talking about?
I know what it is, but I
was
just
gonna
can't.
harmony.
You know what I mean. I just can't find it.
Rank this film.
Yes, that's right. Rank this film.
All right.
I'll do it. Rank this film.
You just did it again.
No, you said you wanted the harmony.
I gotta find it.
Do you want the harmony or me?
You do it.
Rank this
All right,
film.
next one you do it.
I'll harmonize. Rank this film.
Oh heck yeah! Do it again.
Rank this film.
All right. Hey, we ranked this film. Dude, music just happened. Record that. Sample it all you want. Give it out. That one's for free.
And remember, if you don't know what that is from Three Idiots. Go watch it. So we have The Batman, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Top 100. Wait, no. Top new releases of 2022. So we have The Batman.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. And The Stroke, I just had to say so.
And then we'll also we're gonna record The Northman.
Yep.
And that'll be our next one.
So that'll be our first addition to the list. We're creating the list now. That'll be the first time we add something.
I was gonna say, which edition is it? In the Multiverse of Madness. All right, I got him.
Cool. You got your rankings?
Yep.
I am finishing right now. Wow.
Here we go.
I just typed in the letters for everything, and it's EEAAO. All
right, ready?
Go for it.
No, we're gonna go at the same time.
Okay.
Number one.
Number one,
2, 3.
The Batman.
Yep. Okay. Number 2. 1, 2, 3. Everything
Strange
Wherever.
2.
Shut up!
I said it was gonna be different.
It's so dumb.
No,
Dude.
Hey, Everything Everywhere All at Once is a better movie. This is my list.
What?
What do you mean, what?
It's so dumb. All right. Well, since we're doing that, I'm going back. The Pianist is number 1 because it's my list.
I didn't.
It's the dumbest.
No,
it's not an argument.
It's not an argument.
Let me tell you about your opinion.
I still have it's still my opinion. I'm not doing it just to be different.
I'm going to put 7 at 23 because it's my list. I don't have to watch it. I already know it's my 23rd favorite movie because it's my list. I'm going to go ahead and set it. Lock it in, Bob. $1, Bob.
I'm going to fight this man.
Why? Like, you have no reason for it. You literally just said it's my list. Like, yeah, I know. The list is supposed to rank them.
I'm not. Oh, my gosh. I didn't say it's my list as my justification to put it number 2. Okay. I think it's my list. And I preferred it.
Why?
Because
it's Marvel?
No, maybe.
If this is Marvel, if this wasn't Marvel, it would be at your bottom of 22.
Give me a month. Which movie would I rather rewatch? It's going to be Doctor Strange 2.
No, you're not going to remember it in a month.
Yeah, well.
No, you won't until America Chavez, whatever, Teen Detective comes out.
Maybe. Look, it's close. It's close. They're both excellent films.
One's better than the other.
Yes, you're right.
So it's not close.
I mean, maybe.
No, I feel like Everything Everywhere All at Once is a better movie, and it's an original. It's like it's original. It's not a part of. The only thing that makes Doctor Strange good is that it's part of the MCU.
No, I enjoyed it. Look, I'm not saying I'm going to change my mind, but you can persuade me.
What does that mean? Dude,
I'm telling you it's close, is what I'm saying.
It's not the better movie, but it's my list.
No, it is the better movie.
You can't change my mind, but you can persuade me.
I didn't say you couldn't change my mind.
I'm not saying I'm going to, but you can persuade me.
Hey, there's a good to fair chance that I will spend the next week thinking about this. We'll come to the Northman and they will be switched.
I think I'll probably switch Everything Everywhere All at Once in the Batman.
Really?
No.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the Batman.
I'm already thinking about where I'm going to put the Northman.
The Batman might stay at number 1 for me. It's top best movie all year.
I don't know about that. Come on, there's a lot of really good movies to come out.
Oh, and I'm excited for a lot.
Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends. Again, second week in a row that he's forgotten. Huh.
I have not forgotten.
Ryan,
I prefer Batman to Michael Myers. There, I said it. Conversation for another time.
Sure, whatever. If you so you've seen 2 of them, where would you put top? Batman or Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange with a close second being Batman.
Yep.
Doctor Strange is first. All right, and that's all the
But-
time we have for today.
It's a close second for Batman.
See, just goes to show you none of this matters.
Well, we knew that.
What was-
Okay, let's not act like there's stakes here. What is this, a Marvel movie?
See, I also
No,
don't have
that's the point.
I don't have as much background with DC as you guys do.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So, are you ready to watch the spiritual predecessor of the Batman?
Oh, I was thinking spiritual predecessor of Gladiator. Wait.
7.
Oh, I thought you were
Oh,
talking about
Northman. Northman, that as well.
Yes. That was about
A 7 is, or the Batman is 7 if there was a superhero in it.
All right. Well, I'm excited for it. Do we have anything else to say about any of those movies? We talked about a lot of movies.
This was fun. This was a long episode, but guys, that's okay because my ultimate goal was to always keep it under 2 hours, and I'm proud of us.
My ultimate goal is to be objective as possible, and we have failed that today.
That was never going to happen.
But we can at least try.
I'm going to go cook dinner. What are you guys up to tonight?
You know what your problem is, Marty? You always have to be the one holding the holding the knife. Wow, number 2 movie of 2022.
No. Out of these
As
3.
of right now, forever, 2022.
You know what? How mad would you be if I switched them right now?
I would be pretty mad.
I know you would.
A waste of my time. You had no. It's in. You have to keep it there now.
No, I did not.
No, you've spoken.
I switched something on the other list without telling anyone.
What?
The poster list.
Yeah.
I switched one of those.
Well, that's fine. You can do that all you want. You made it out very clearly how fluid your poster movie list is. Mine's set in stone.
Yeah, but you're also a psychopath.
No, I'm a man of integrity.
Oh, I see that. We're looking forward to just Jurassic World 3.
Did we make a list of the? Wait, what?
that is
3. Yeah, I was about to say they didn't make a 3rd one. The 4th one. Did we make a list of the new releases, or are we just gonna?
We talked about it.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
I
We'll do
figure
that
we're
later.
just gonna see what we see.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Are there any that you guys, besides like Google them, any of the trailers, anything you saw from either yet or today or from Friday that you were like, oh, I'm excited for?
I have the list up already.
Oh, nice. Well, any of those trailers you saw that you were excited for?
I'll tell you what I'm not excited for is the Downton Abbey movie. Hard pass.
That's for a large audience, right? They have a lot of success. It's a very specific audience.
Very.
And I'm not, it turns out I'm not in that.
I am interested in. I have to add in the words the movie Men.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't want to just say, I am interested in men.
Why not?
Anyway, I think
that
it's
movie
going to be
does-
a neat
that-
film.
I think it's probably gonna be below expectations.
It's going to
but
be an A24 movie.
yeah, it's gonna be okay, and that's
And
okay.
they already hit their home run this year with Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh yeah,
So they'll release 2 more movies this year and they'll
they'll be okay,
be all right.
and I feel like that'll be all right. There was one I was interested in. Hold on.
Was it Avatar 2?
No,
Was
I
it-
couldn't care less.
Was
about
it Nope?
Oh, Nope. Yeah, I'm excited for Nope.
Was it
I have tempered
Bullet Train?
no, I have tempered expectations for Nope after Us. Like Us was good, but
Top Gun 2?
you know what? I don't care for Top Gun, and yet I am kind of excited for that one.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2? It's already out.
Heck yeah, dude.
Elvis? You've already told me how unexcited you are for Elvis.
Yeah, it doesn't even look good. All right. Well, what just happened? Is Marty joking?
We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to
What
not.
is this?
We're not allowed. Oh, the Black Phone. I'm excited about the Black Phone.
It looks interesting. We're not
Same
allowed-
director as Doctor Strange 1.
What do you say we're not allowed to do? Oh.
Just not talk.
Oh.
I think it's a first. You guys talk so much, you're done talking.
No, I could talk. I'd definitely talk about how wrong Marty is for quite a while.
You often do.
Oh wow. Okay.
The guy
Well, that's
who
cool.
the guy who
I'm
did
done talking now.
Doctor Strange and the new Black Phone movie also did Sinister, which is one of my favorite horror movies. So I'm looking forward to the Black Phone. So Ryan, you got anything else to add? It looks like we're closing out tonight. Jacob's done talking.
Wait, is Ethan Hawke in Sinister? Wait, is
Yes, Ethan Hawke is in this one.
No, it's Sinister.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's also in Black Phone.
Yep. He's also in
Moon Knight.
The Northman.
And guys, Ethan Hawke's kind of getting around.
Dude, I'm an Ethan Hawke fan.
You didn't notice when we were walking in and we were like, man, Black Phone looks good. I said, yeah, we're heading into an Ethan Hawke like renaissance. Because between that, Moon Knight and Northman, I was like, it's kind of like a reconnaissance.
Dude, I'm here for it. We should probably wrap up this episode.
All right, see you guys later.
Hey, love you.
Thanks for coming. Hopefully you enjoyed Doctor Strange. Let us know in the comments if you
you're
don't.
listening, I love you. Unless you don't want me to say that about you, then I wasn't talking to you.
And then, and we'll be, what'll be our next episode? The Northman or 7? The 7 Northman.
It'll be the 7. No, we're going to do a poll.
Oh, that's right. So, guys, it'll either be Northman or it'll either be 7. You better hope for your sake that it's Northman or 7 and nothing in between. We'll talk to you later. I hope you enjoyed listening to 3 Dudes in a Movie podcast, part of the TDM Media Network. If you like what you heard, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast, share it with your friends, and leave a review on your nearest podcasting platform. You can connect with us by following us on Instagram at 3dudesmoviecast or email us reviews, ideas, questions, etc. directly at tdmoviecast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.